Hello children, today we will start with the topic cellular respiration. It is the process which we use to produce energy for various life processes. Okay, this process of cellular respiration occurs in cytoplasm as well as in mitochondria, right? If we want to define cellular process, what we will say? It is the process in which glucose, which is produced by various food or nutrients, gets broken down into carbon dioxide and water, with the help of which what happens? It produces energy in the form of what? In the form of ATP. Okay, so in this process what happens? Glucose, which is produced by various foodstuffs, by various nutrients, gets broken down into carbon dioxide and water with the production of lots of energy in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Got it? Now let's start understanding the process of cellular respiration in detail. So till now, whatever we had discussed, by that we come to know that energy is the driving force of any work, for any activity occurs inside our body. Okay, for any activity to occur inside our body, what we want? Energy. So energy is the driving force for any work, for any activity. What is the driving force? Energy. We want energy, and that we are getting from food. So every cellular activity depends on energy. And from where we are getting this energy? Yes, from food. From food we are getting energy, and that means food is the source of energy. Now, respiration. This respiration, just now we have discussed, this respiration occurs at two levels. Okay, one is body level and second one is cellular level. So firstly, the respiration that occurs in body level, that means just now we have discussed, what is that? It is the exchange of gas. It is the exchange of gases. But secondly, it occurs at cellular level, and in cellular level, what does it mean? It means foodstuffs, the respiration, the process in which foodstuffs are getting oxidized. Okay, now whether it is eukaryotic cell or it is prokaryotic cell, both type of cells undergoes cellular respiration. Now this cellular respiration, if we want to see in how many stages this cellular respiration occurs, so we will say there are three main stages of cellular respiration. That means cellular respiration occurs in three steps, occurs in three stages. What are they? Glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain. Got it? Now just look at this figure. We will come to understand that whatever glucose we are taking, whatever food we are taking, whatever it is fat, whether it is fat, protein, whatever it is ultimately converted into glucose. Got it? And this glucose undergoes glycolysis. We will discuss it. Don't worry. I will explain it. So glucose undergoes glycolysis. Okay, that occurs in cytoplasm. Now whatever product is formed, it enters into the mitochondria. See, it is the Krebs cycle. Okay, it enters into the matrix of mitochondria. These organelles you have already studied in class 8. You have already studied this. Okay, you have already done that. So it enters into the matrix of the mitochondria, and then it enters inside the mitochondria, that is cristae of mitochondria. Okay, and then after Krebs cycle it undergoes electron transport chain. So what we are able to understand by this figure, that glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm and Krebs cycle as well as electron transport chain occurs in mitochondria. Is that clear? Okay, so what we have discussed now, there are three stages of cellular respiration. It is glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain. Got it? Now let's discuss one by one. First is what? It is glycolysis. Now if we look at the term glycolysis, what we understood? We will see that it is made up of two words. What are these two words? One is glyco, another one is lysis. Just look at the word glycolysis. It includes two words. This term includes two words. Glyco, this glyco means glucose, and second one is lysis. Lysis means breakdown, or we can say splitting. Splitting of what? Splitting of glucose, splitting of sugar. Okay, so during the process of glycolysis, Where it occurs? Just now I have told. Where it occurs? It occurs in cytoplasm. Okay. During the process of glycolysis, which occurs in cytoplasm, one molecule of glucose. Now you all know what is the formula of glucose. It is C6H12O6, right? So how many carbon atoms are there in glucose? It is 6 carbon atom. Okay. Just look at the figure. 1, 2, 3. Glucose is of 6 carbon atom. This 6 carbon atom is, how many molecules of glucose are there? Only one molecule of glucose is there. Okay. So one molecule of glucose undergoes breakdown. Okay. One molecule of glucose is broken down into two molecules of pyruvate, two molecules of pyruvic acid. Got it? It undergoes two molecules of pyruvic acid. Just see, this is glucose. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is glucose. Now it produces what? 3 molecules of pyruvate. This is 3 molecules of pyruvate. This is 3 molecules of pyruvate. Got it? So 3 molecules of pyruvate means pyruvic acid, or we can say pyruvate which is formed. It is having how many molecules of carbon? 3 molecules of carbon. So 1 molecule of glucose gets converted into 3 molecules of pyruvate. Is that clear? So what we will say, what we will understood, glycolysis, it includes two term, glyco and lysis. Glyco means glucose and lysis means breakdown. Okay, breakdown of what? Breakdown of glucose. During the process of glycolysis, where it occurs? During the process of glycolysis, which occurs in cytoplasm, one molecule of glucose is broken down into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Got it? Now see. What you are thinking, that one molecule of glucose is converted into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Okay, whether it's a single step process, whether it's a one step process? No, it is not a one step process. It is not a single step process. It involves various steps. Okay, it involves various steps, and then only it leads to the formation of 3 carbon containing pyruvic acid. Got it? So one molecule of glucose which is having 6 carbon atom converted into 2 molecules of pyruvic acid which is having 3 carbon atom. Clear? Okay, and it includes various steps. It involves various steps. And where does it occur? It occurs in cytoplasm. Got it till here? Okay, now see. So what we are able to understand? There is a one end product we are getting, that is 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Okay, now it, along with this end product, there is other thing also which is produced. Other molecules are also produced. So with this pyruvic acid, with this 2 molecule of pyruvic acid, which is the end product of this glycolysis process, it also produces, this glycolysis process also produces 2 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADH. Okay, 6 molecules of glucose gets converted into listen carefully. 1 molecule of glucose which is having how many carbon atom? 6 carbon atom. 1 molecule of glucose gets converted into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid which is having how many carbon atom? 3 carbon atom. Okay, so what is your end product in the process of glycolysis? It is pyruvic acid, or we can say pyruvate. Okay, so along with this end product, what it produces? It also produces 2 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADH. Got it? Just look at this figure. It produces 2 molecules of NADH. This is one and this is the second one, and 2 molecules of ATP. Okay, clear or not? Now see, just revise it. Just I am revising it. 1 molecule of 6 carbon containing glucose gets converted into 2 molecules of 3 carbon containing pyruvate. Okay, and produces 2 molecules of ATP, 2 molecules of NADH. And what is NADH? NADH is the electron carrying molecule. Always remember what is your electron carrying molecule. It is NADH. NADH is the electron carrying molecule. Okay, is that clear? Now see, let's start with Krebs cycle. Now before starting with Krebs cycle, Just think whether pyruvic acid is directly enters into the mitochondria and starts with Krebs cycle. No, it is not like that. Pyruvic acid, which is formed in the process of glycolysis in cytoplasm, is transferred to the matrix of mitochondria. Just in the previous slide, I have explained that. Right, in the previous slide, I explained that glycolysis or pyruvic acid, which is formed in the cytoplasm, okay, that pyruvic acid enters into the matrix of mitochondria. Now, here what happens? In the matrix of mitochondria, what happens? This pyruvic acid gets converted into acetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA means acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, pyruvic acid enters into the matrix of mitochondria from cytoplasm and converted into acetyl coenzyme A. We can say it is the intermediate reaction. It is an intermediate reaction, or we can say it is a linked reaction between the glycolysis and Krebs cycle. That means pyruvic acid is not directly goes into the Krebs cycle. In between there is a formation of acetyl coenzyme A. Got it? Now, along with the formation of two molecules of acetyl coenzyme A, it also produces two molecules of NADH, okay, and two molecules of carbon dioxide. Why I say two molecules? Here I have written only one molecule of NADH, one molecule of carbon dioxide. Right? So why I am again saying two molecules? Yes, because how many molecules of pyruvic acids are there? Two molecules of pyruvic acids are there. So it is very obvious that this pyruvic acid gets contained to acetyl CoA. But कितने हैं pyruvic acid? दो हैं ना. So there are two pyruvic acids. So one pyruvic acid will form one acetyl CoA. One pyruvic acid will form one NADH, one carbon dioxide. And the second molecule will again form acetyl CoA, again form NADH and carbon dioxide. That's why how many molecules of acetyl CoA, NADH and carbon dioxide will form? Two molecules. Got it? Now, after the formation of acetyl CoA, which is formed in the matrix of mitochondria, it enters into the crystal of the mitochondria. Got it? It enters inside the mitochondria. And now, here starts a cyclic pathway which is known as Krebs cycle, or we can also known it as citric acid cycle or TCA cycle or TCA cycle. TCA cycle means tricarboxylic acid cycle. So what I have said, acetyl CoA enters into the mitochondria, enters inside the matrix of mitochondria, and here a cyclic pathway starts which is known as Krebs cycle. This Krebs cycle is also known as TCA cycle, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle or citric acid cycle. TCA cycle, TCA cycle or citric acid cycle. Got it? So this cycle also involves various steps. It's not a single step process. It also involves various processes, and at last it produces two molecules of carbon dioxide. Okay, it produces carbon dioxide, water, NaDH2, FADH2. Clear? It produces carbon dioxide. See, it produces carbon dioxide. Okay, NaDH2, FADH2. Correct? Clear or not? So now see, how many molecules are formed here? Single molecule will form single molecule of carbon dioxide, single molecule of NaDH2, single molecule of FADH2. Is it so? No, it is also producing two molecules. Why two? Because acetyl CoA is, how many molecules of acetyl CoA formed? Two. And why two molecules of acetyl CoA formed? Because pyruvic acid were having two molecules. Clear? Any doubt till here? Now see, again we are revising. Glycolysis. What is glycolysis? Glucose undergoes breakdown. Clear? Glucose undergoes breakdown. In that, 6 carbon containing glucose breaks down into pyruvic acid, which is having 3 carbon atom. Where does this reaction occurs? This reaction occurs in cytoplasm. Clear? Now, along with the pyruvic acid or pyruvate, which is the end product of glycolysis, it also produces 2 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADH. Clear? Now, whatever pyruvic acid is formed, it gets converted into acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA means acetyl coenzyme A. How many molecules of acetyl coenzyme A will produce? 2 molecules of acetyl coenzyme will produce. Okay, and along with that, what it will produce? NADH and carbon dioxide. How many molecules? 2 molecules. 2 molecules of NADH and 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. Where does this acetyl-CoA produce? This acetyl-CoA produced in where? In the matrix of mitochondria. Now, from there it enters inside the mitochondria, that is crystal of the mitochondria, where which cycle starts? Citric acid cycle. Okay, where which cycle starts? Citric acid cycle. Okay, which is also known as Krebs cycle or TCA, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle. Okay, now whatever acetyl-CoA enters inside the mitochondria, it involves various steps, various cyclic steps, and ultimately it produces 2 molecules of NADH, FADH2 and carbon dioxide. Clear? Why I am saying 2 molecules? Because 2 molecules of pyruvic acid are produced through glycolysis process. Got it here? Now, let's start with the last stage of cellular respiration, that is electron transport chain. Okay, it is also known as electron transport system. So, it is the last stage of cellular respiration, that is electron transport chain or electron transport system, which directly depends on oxygen. Okay, this is a chain, this is the system, this is the reaction, the whatever reactions occurs in this, it all occurs in mitochondria. Okay, so what is the site of electron transport chain? It is mitochondria, and it is the chain which directly depends on what? It directly depends on oxygen. Okay, so what we have understood that electron transport chain directly depends on oxygen, and second thing is what? Where it occurs? What is its site? It occurs in mitochondria. Like Krebs cycle, it also occurs in mitochondria. Okay, so in electron transport chain, which directly depends on oxygen, molecules of NADH2 and FADH2, which are formed in the previous process. Just now we have studied now, just now we have discussed Krebs cycle, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, right? So there what happened? What produced there? What was produced? Yeah, NADH2 and FADH2. So whatever NADH2 and FADH2 produced in the previous processes, that are taking participation in electron transport. In previous slide only I have explained that NADH, what is it? It is what it carries. It is an electron carrier, right? It is an electron carrier. Okay, so in that way only we come to know, we will be able to understand that there is a presence of electron carrier in electron transport chain. Okay, in electron transport chain there is an electron carrier, okay, which transfers oxygen, because this is the reaction, this is the system, this is the chain which requires oxygen. Directly it depends on oxygen. So these electrons transports oxygen and ultimately produces water. So it is the pathway, it is the chain in which their product is water. Got it? So what happens here? NADH2 and FADH2, which are produced in the previous process, participates in electron transport chain. NADH, which is an electron carrier, okay, which is an electron carrier, ultimately transfers oxygen, okay, and produces water molecule along with lots of energy in the form of ATP. Okay, this is the reaction, this is the chain which occurs in mitochondria. Okay, thus we come to know that one molecule of glucose ultimately produces what? Carbon dioxide, water, and energy in the form of what? ATP. See, just one thing you have to remember, that in the previous slides you have seen NADH2 is produced, FADH2 is produced. What is this? What's the full form of this? You just think what is the full form of ATP. We already studied that. ATP is what? ATP is adenosine triphosphate, right? What is ATP? What's the form of ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate, which is also known as the energy currency of cell that we will discuss later. Okay, what is our energy currency of cell? Means whatever it produces, whether it is NADH or FADH, ultimately it is producing energy. But in which form? In the form of ATP. And what is ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Got it? Now, what's the form of NADH? NADH is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Okay, what is FADH2? F is for F, it is flavin adenine dinucleotide. Now, always remember, one molecule of NADH2 is equal to 3 molecules of ATP. One molecule of NADH2 is equal to 3 molecules of ATP, and one molecule of FADH2 is equal to 2 molecules of ATP. Got it? एक NADH किसके बराबर हुआ? 3 molecules. One molecule of NADH2 is equal to 3 molecules of ATP. One molecule of FADH2 is equal to 2 molecules of ATP. Got it? Means ultimately they are converting into ATP only. They are providing energy only. In which form? In the form of ATP. So in the previous slides we have seen 2 molecules of NADH produced. So 2 molecules of NADH means 1 molecule of NADH is equal to 3 molecules of ATP. कितने ATP produce है? 2 molecules of NADH से 3 molecules, 6 molecules, 3 use 6 molecule of ATP is produced, है ना? So that we will discuss later when we will study ATP energy balance of cell, that and we will calculate it. Okay. Now see, just take a review because we have done with cellular respiration. There are 3 stages that all we have done. Okay. Now just revise it quickly. Cellular respiration occurs in 3 stages: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport. Glycolysis, in which glucose, that is one glucose molecule having 6 carbon atoms, gets converted into, yes, 2 molecules of pyruvate having 3 carbon atoms. Got it? Now, this reaction occurs in cytoplasm. Whatever pyruvate is produced or pyruvic acid is produced, it enters into the matrix of mitochondria. And what does it produce? It produces acetyl-CoA. How many molecules of acetyl-CoA? 2 molecules of acetyl-CoA. Why 2? Because 2 molecules of pyruvic acid is produced in glycolysis. Here it is clear. Now, this acetyl-CoA enters into Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle which occurs in the crystal of mitochondria. Okay. Now, in mitochondria, where Krebs cycle occurs through various steps, it ultimately produces carbon dioxide and NADH. Right? In glycolysis, what it produces, end product is pyruvic acid along with the ATP and NADH2 is produced. Right? While Krebs cycle, what it produces NADH2 and carbon dioxide. Now, Krebs cycle enters into electron transport chain. In electron transport chain, NADH2 and FADH2, which we have discussed, which are produced in the process of glycolysis and Krebs cycle, enters as an electron carrier. Okay, and which transfers oxygen and produces water. Okay, now electron transport chain directly depends on oxygen. Where it occurs in mitochondria. Okay, and ultimate product is what? It is water along with lots of energy. What we come to know, what we are able to understand, that glucose, through this all process, what we are able to understand, what we have understood, that glucose in the presence of oxygen, what it produces, carbon dioxide, water, and lots of energy in the form of what? In the form of ATP. Got it? ग्लूकोज जो हमने शुरू में देखा था ग्लाइकोलाइसिस में, अल्टीमेटली लास्ट में क्या बना? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड Krebs cycle में बना water has produced in electron transport chain, and ATP is produced in the form of energy. Got it? NADH is equal to 1 NADH is equal to 3 molecules of ATP. 1 molecule of FADH is equal to 2 molecules of ATP. Here glucose ultimately किसमें convert हुआ? Carbon dioxide. Glucose is converted into in at last by all these 3 stages: glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain. What it produces? It produces carbon dioxide, water, and energy in the form of ATP. Okay, I hope you have understood, and this is all about, we have finished with cellular respiration. Okay. Now, look at some of these points of cellular respiration that we have already discussed. Firstly, we all know that every cell has mitochondria, right? And mitochondria is the energy factory of the cell. Energy factory of the cell means it is the powerhouse of the cell, right? Now think, if it will not be there in the cell, what will happen? How we will get energy? Yes, if it will not be there in the cell, energy requirement will be fulfilled by the process of, yes, glycolysis, which occurs in cytoplasm, right? Now secondly, we have already done with NADH2 and FADH2. Okay, NADH2 is what? Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and FADH2 is what? It is flavin adenine dinucleotide. Okay, so NADH2 and FADH2 is an electron carrier molecule, and 1 molecule of NADH is equal to 3 molecules of ATP, and 1 molecule of FADH2 is equal to 2 molecules of ATP. Got it? Now, if we summarize the process of cellular respiration, what we will say? We will say that it continues with, or it consists of 4 steps. What are they? Glycolysis, acetyl-CoA formation, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain. Okay, these all we have already discussed in detail in the previous slides. Okay, so just revise those slides again and try to understand each steps properly. Got it? By this we have completed with the process of cellular respiration. Hope you have understood. Thank you.